When it comes to the world of sports cars, and particularly convertibles, whether you go for a traditional soft top or in the case of this one, of course, a fully electronic hard top, you really have to choose what kind of sports car you're going to go for. Do you want it to be a pure weekend toy, which you can only use on certain days of the year, or do you want it to be a vehicle which you can genuinely use as often as you would like? That latter style of sports car is arguably the best strong point of the Mercedes SLK platform. Here, of course, a facelift model from 2015, which we incidentally took on recently as a lovely part exchange against one of our other cars. Now, in particular, this SLK is an SLK 200 in AMG Sport trim, and of course that means the AMG styling package, including wheels as well, finished in black with, of course, those lighter touches here and there, such as on the lighter tone seats. It's a gorgeous combination. You could say the classic combination for a Mercedes-Benz, and of course with that G-Tronic Plus gearbox, smooth, effortless, and a lot more economical, that's for sure, than you would think a sports car could be, which of course goes back to the point of being able to use these as often as you would like, because for less than £8,000, for of course what was when new, as with any Mercedes-Benz, a lot more than that, that's for sure. This is in superb condition. It has under six-figure mileage, which is actually rarer than you would think for one of these, considering how useful and how practical they are. At the same time, though, it has a full documented service history behind it. You can clearly tell it's been loved because it is in superb condition, still has its original 2 keys and book pack intact, and of course, as the SLK 200 name implies, these come with a 1.8 litre engine. In true Mercedes fashion, and especially for something with an AMG badge, it combines a very good amount of power for its engine, but more importantly, a really healthy amount of torque. Mercedes AMGs are known for having huge amounts of pulling power. In the case of this car, it's a perfect split between 180 horses and 180 foot-pounds of torque. And what that means in practice is, on the one hand, yes, it is a 1.8 litre sports car, which means the fuel is fantastic, the tax is fantastic, and as mentioned, you could use it every day if you wanted to, but on the other hand, it is still legitimately a 150-mile-an-hour car. Not, of course, that you're going to be using that kind of top-end speed most of the time, but still, it's nice to know that the car is capable of that. What you will notice all of the time, though, is the economy, because even though this is not a diesel model, of course, that's 7G automatic with a petrol engine, but these can actually average up to 44 miles to the gallon, and on a motorway run, of course, again with cruise control, it's perfect for that, as high as 53. And that, of course, is the kind of territory which usually you would expect from a diesel vehicle, not from a petrol, and certainly not a 150-mile-an-hour petrol sports car. Now, of course, being a Mercedes, not only is the ride fantastic, it's classy inside and out, but also it's very nicely equipped. Even as a strict 2-seater sports car or runabout, it still has the aforementioned AMG styling pack. Incidentally, it's only a 3-owner car from brand new anyway. It has the very desirable air scarf system, which of course you can see embedded into the seats, which means, in other words, that even in colder weather you can have the roof down and still stay warm thanks to that airflow coming out of the back of the seat behind you, in particular, as the name suggests, around your neck. Of course, it has cruise control, as mentioned, heated seats, so you're even warmer on top of the air scarf, and of course an 8-speaker sound system combined with Bluetooth, auxiliary, and USB inputs as far as its soundtrack. And the real cherry on the cake here is that on top of all of those fantastic points, which we've already mentioned about the car, it is still only £255 a year to tax, which typically is a tax bracket which would be reserved for something like an efficient diesel vehicle. So in other words, you get all of the advantages of a practical daily car in terms of efficiency, economy, kit, comfort, class, but at the same time, it is a sports car with that 2-seater fun experience. Of course, that electronic folding roof giving you a proper roof over your head, but of course with that fantastic roof down experience. And crucially, this is one of the key reasons why people love the SLK so much. These are very, very fun to drive through corners. Their modest size and compact proportions make them feel honestly like a modern day equivalent of something like a Lotus or a Shelby Cobra, but with all of the modern day advantages which those cars didn't have. It's a fantastic all-round package, and in particular if you do plan to use it regularly. So of course, if you are looking for an SLK, or if this particular example just catches your eye, of course you could reach out regarding it via the email address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155 or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.